And we are live again. Okay, this is awesome. So, what did I want you to do? Okay, so we are back for this particular. Okay, I need to figure this out. Okay, this is flashing. Okay, so now what's happening? So yesterday we did those three examples. So this one, like shooting. This one is basically an AND. So like you pick this one and you put an AND between the two. And this one you pick the diagonals and then you go. So for this one, what we need to do is to find this shape and like stick it like the red shape next to the blue shape. So the challenge with this is we need to find like how to recognize shapes. But so this is, I think, one thing we're going to do today is to implement a way to get a proper shape detection going. So what I'm thinking is, so there's an algorithm called the Tarjan algorithm to find strongly connected components. So if you have a graph, it's going to find all of the ones that like actually go into each other. And so this is the algorithm. And so this is essentially what we want. Well, I can think of this as a graph where like this connects to this and this and this and connects also back. And so now if you're able to connect this one and to this one, 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 and then it's going to stop. So we'll probably do some tweaks with the algorithm because it works with linked list and everything, but this is probably something we should do. So yeah, let's get started. So one thing I did do is, stop. So one thing I did do is I created a new command, create new tests. So now if you go to the source and training, so now if I do this, magic, I have like the 8 that is created with like some boilerplate and the 8.test which is created. Now I can save it and it does the same thing. So let me go through. I usually don't like to do things offline, but so how does it work? Oh yeah, and somebody mentioned that I should turn hiding on so I have more space for you. Yep. Oh yeah, and so I should start the timer. Okay. So how does it work? So in practice, the way it works is so read the training folder, so all of this. And one thing, like I started thinking, okay, should I like put the number here? But I'm like, I can do this, but I'm lazy, so I want to automatically compute it. Hi, Neon Eye. Yeah, thanks for the very good question. Like very good suggestion for this. So what I'm thinking, what I've been doing is I basically like list all of the files, and then I look at what is the number, and I get the highest number, so max number. And so for getting the number, what I do is I basically use ARC to replace everything that's not a number, and then I plus it, so I convert it to a number. So this is like not 100% foolproof. So for example, if you do training like 1 dash, so it's going to count this as like 1, 2, 3, 4, but we don't have this, so like this is fine for this. So this is that. Then so now the thing I was doing is I was I was getting the test from the ARC-AGI GitHub repo. And so in this case, what I've been doing is actually like downloading it, so I don't need to like copy and paste. And what we want is to have like all of the numbers. So what I did was to go here. So I did copied all of this, and then what I did was to I can Command Z. So I pasted all of this, and then I selected all of this, and then I manually removed, and then I used, yep, and so then I pasted it out. I pasted it over there. So this is like how I usually do text transformation. And finally, one other thing is like this is a very very long list, and I tend to not like for it to be at the beginning of the file, so you couldn't read any of this. So I use a trick where I declare a function, and one of the interesting things with JavaScript is it's actually going to make this function available above, even when you don't have it yet. So when it's calling this, so when it's passing the file, it's passing all the way to there, and then so it's available. So it's a way to be able to use it be able to use it before in the code. And because the numbers that are here are like base 1, so I create a fake 0 entry, otherwise it was off by 1. Okay, so now this is so now I'm able to get the actual data. So the cool thing with the latest version of Node is that it actually has fetch, so I don't need to import some random libraries. And yep, and so I get the text version, so I create 2 file names. Oh yeah, also one thing is in my example, so one thing I found is I either build a new matrix of the size of the results, or I copy the matrix from the inputs. And so I alternate between the two, so I just put in the two and I can delete. And for this one, so for example in this case, the output is always 7 by 7. And so what I do is in the JSON, I'm going to look at one of the outputs, so at the first output, so this is the input, so yeah, the output. And so now I'm going to compute this is, I don't know how many this is, but, and so now I paste it in it. So this way, these are small things that hopefully my goal is to speed run, and so it's going to help me get faster. So Neonize, the data sets are similar to ARC. If you hardcode the numbering to puzzle ID, then your code can only open ARC-AGI. Yep. So one of the thing with this is nothing I'm doing is generic. Everything is okay, now I want to get the 400 ARC-AGI training, and so I'm happy to hardcode anything. And then at some point, if I end up doing other puzzles and everything, now I'm going to start extending. But I don't want to be overly generic. And one thing I found is in practice it's better to be very specific at the beginning, and then see all of the examples going through, and then after this then we can start making it more generic once we see a need. So for example, the thing I'm going to do around finding all of the connected components, we've already we could have already been using it many times, and I'm pretty sure we're going to be able to use it more times, so this is going to be useful. Oui. I'm going to come back in a second. Okay, I need to run for 5 minutes. I'll be back. Let me pause the timer. Sorry about this. Okay, I'm back. So sorry about this. So okay, so now we want to do a function that finds all of this. So what one thing I'm going to do is to start iterating across every single pixel on the screen, and then whenever I see um, um, I see a I see a cell with some color, and I'm also going to get the black ones. I think it may be useful in the future. Then we're going to start doing expansion like the float fill and see where it goes, and then like put all of this into like a shape. And then once we visited this, like all of the blacks, then oh, so now we go, and so now start doing this. This is already visited, and so now we go do this one, and then we're going to like do the expansion, and then up, yep, this is all visited, and so now we're going, and here, and so now we do the expansion and going, and then we found all of them. So let me implement this. So this is not this algorithm, but it's going to be giving like similar results. Probably going to be a bit slower, but we don't really care about performance so much. Okay, so function extract shapes from the input. So let shapes equals shapes, return shapes. Okay, so what we want to do is for let I equals 0, before input dot length plus I, let j equals to 0, j input 0 dot length plus j. Okay. So okay, so now what we want to do is we want to have a visited like the other time, and we want to have let current shape empty, let current shape color equals -1, or yeah, we want to be undefined at the beginning. Okay, why is it not happy about this? Oh, 4. Okay. So now, okay. So if visited, so it's going to be I plus j. So this is the column and this is the row. Okay. So we continue. Okay. So if this is not visited. Okay. So now if this is not visited, then current shape. Okay. So current shape equals. So this is we are creating a new shape. And current shape color equals to input of I of j. So I usually do the opposite. So yeah, let me do the I and j like this. Okay. Okay. So the shape color is this one. So now we want to get our we had a function to go into all of the for each side and diagonal. So new file for each side and diagonal.js. So we want export default. So in 5 each side and diagonal, perfect. And so now we want to import for each side and diagonal. And so now we want to have, okay, so now we want to do a stack. So let's to-dos, and so we want to-dos to be x, I, y, j, okay. And so while to-dos dot length is more than 0, const to-do equals to-dos dot pop. And so for each side of diagonal, okay, so x, y. Okay, so now we want to traverse. So now we have, let's say, this one. So now we want to start going into all of the direction and seeing if we have one of the same color. So if input const value equals input j plus y, I plus x, if current shape color equals to value. Okay, so if this is not value, we return. Okay, so now I also need to do bound checks. Okay, so if this is not the same color, we return, and if it is the same color, then we actually visit it. So visited. Okay, so we need to visit actually no, I just want to push this one here. Yep, to-dos dot push x, I plus x, y, j plus y. Okay, so I just want to push it. I want to do the bound check and to push it, and so this I want to do here. Here. So the value is to-do.y, to-do.x. So if this is not the same color, then we continue. But if it is, okay, and so if visited to-dos dot, so we do x and y, yeah, to x plus to-dos dot y, we continue. Okay, so if visited, we continue. If this is not the same color, we continue. And if it is the same color, then we actually mark it as visited, true, and we push it to current shape dot push to do. And so now we have one, and for each of the angles and side and diagonals, so we go around, and then we visit. Okay, so now if I plus x or I plus x is superior or equals to input, actually let width equals get width input, let height equals get height of the input, and so this is the width, this is the height, and so to width or j plus y below 0 or j plus y superior equals to height. Then we return and then we push. Okay. So if we already visited then, okay. So now I think that should work. And so we need to import get width from get width. Okay. I don't know why it's not get height. Okay. So now what we can do is I don't care about the I don't care about this, and then what we can do is to console.log so oops cont shapes equals get extract shapes from the inputs and console.log the shapes. Okay, perfect. So now what we can do is and yarn tests training -8 and oh yeah, I want to only take the first one. Empty. Okay. So okay, so now this is where we debug what's going on. So the shapes, we return the shapes. Oh yeah, we haven't pushed the current shape. And so now what to do? And so now we need to say shapes that push current shape. Okay. So now we've got a bunch of empty shapes. So this means that we'll never do we set the current shape color? Okay. Input.j.y value. Oops, what is this? And okay, so now we are making progress. So now we are adding 0, 0. And then all of those are empty. Okay. So current shape, color. Okay, so we push this. So I didn't make the mistake, so if we are out of bound then we return and we push the to do. And the shape, so which one is this one? So this one is the for loop, so this is good. Equal to true. And it's not going to change anything, but that's so so this one is the x, okay. Okay, so let's see. So the input, so this is the y and the x, okay, so this is good. Current shape color. Okay, let me rename this to current shape value and current shape. So we add this here. So we push. Okay, so let me log to do value. Okay. So wow, what is this sound? Okay. So this is not probably not fun to watch, but this is part of this. So why is it not pushing? Sol.log pushing. Okay. So this is pushing. Okay, so this is pushing this one and this one. And I do. Okay, so if I put it after, now it's going to do 3. Okay, so this is pushing those 3 ones. So this one is working. So this is pushing. Okay, so this is pushing the right things. So now to do that length visited. Why is visited set? Okay, this is a new one. Okay, so let's see. That log while to do. Okay. So this is good. So this is going through like a bunch of them. 6, 7, 8. Yep. So it's going to go. This is going to go through all of them. So why does it not get there? Skipping to do. Oh, you know what? Yeah, I have some sort of TypeScript, but not properly TypeScript, so... Uh-oh. Okay, so there's an infinite loop now. Okay, so how do I create a new one? Yeah. Okay, so did I also... Yep, visit with an X. And okay, what are all of the visited? So this is good, this is good. Okay, so now, yes. Okay, so now I'm logging way too much, but at the end, yep. So now we've got a bunch of shapes that I don't think are correct. I mean, we should only have 1, 2, 3 shapes. So we should, okay, so this is not, okay, so now it's no longer failing, but this is not doing what I want. So, okay. Oh, big, okay. 1. Yep, so this is not doing what I want, but we're making progress. So is this the while loop? Yep, this is the while loop. And so this one, why is it stopping? Okay, so what we can do... Okay, so... Yeah, what we can do is return shapes here. So what I want to figure out is like why, like, what I'm thinking is I'm just going, I don't want it to stop. So I'm going to figure out why is it stopping. So console.log, skipping, visited, to do. And different value, current to do, current shape value, value. Okay, so it's not okay. Current shape dot push to do. Oops. Console.log. So this is talking about to do. And yep. So here we can actually not push if we already visited it. So if visited I plus x plus j plus y equal to true, return. So it's not strictly needed, but it's going to remove the noise. Okay, so console.log pushing okay. So when we visit 0, 0, we are pushing the edge, that's good. So now when we're visiting 1, 1, what is x? What is I? Oh no, okay, so I know what's going on. So this is not I, this is to do.x. Okay, up. And this is not I, this is not I. And so now, okay, plus x, that's good. Now all of the j are to do.y. Okay, perfect. Nice. Okay, so I think we got it working. So now I can remove all the console.log. And I can stop returning here. Wait. Oops. Okay. So console.log. Console.log. No, this one I want to keep. Okay. So remove this. Oh yes, because yeah, I tried to remove the entire line, but I hear this is multi-line. Okay. So and we want to remove the return. And so now we should have 3. So we have like the whole black area, and then we have this one. So 0, 3, 0, 3. Yep, this is good. And that should be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, perfect. And this one is 4. Yes, perfect. Okay, so now we have. Okay, I'm really happy. So in practice, we already spent a bunch of time doing this, but this is going to be useful to like speed up everything else. So perfect. So now we want to move this into a new source. Extract shapes.js. Perfect. And so this is export default. Okay. So now we have our extract shapes. Okay, so now here. Okay, so we have the shapes. So now one thing we want to do is get bounding box. So we want to get the bounding box of a shape so we can copy it. Okay, so we're going to also new file. Get bounding box.js. This one should be very easy. Export default function get bounding box, and so this is a shape. Oh, I thought. Okay, so now this is a shape, and so what we want to do is to let min x, let min y, let max x, let max y. Okay, so this one is going to be min x is going to start at infinity. So the min infinity and the other one minus infinity. Okay. So now for let I equals 0, I infer shape.length plus I, and so min x equals mass.min.shape const shape equals shapes.I. So shape.x min x, and so we have like min y, and so now we want to do this max. So this is good, and so now we want to return shapes. Oh no, shape. Yeah. So this should be with no. And so this is not shape. This is cell. Okay. And so now we will want to return x. So x is min x. Y is min y. Width is max x minus min x, and height is max y minus min y. Okay, so get bounding box. Okay, so now we can finally get it. So okay, so we have the shapes, and so what we want is to get the red shape and the blue shape. Okay, const red shape equals, okay, so let red shape, let bounding box, let blue shape bounding box. Okay, so now shapes, okay, for each shape, and so if shape 0, oh, but I don't have the color of the shape. Should I? Yeah, should probably extract shapes. So current shape, and now we're going to exploit JavaScript dot color. Yeah, actually, like, I'm not going to use value. Okay, so I'm going to use color everywhere. I don't. Okay, and so value is color. So now color equal current shape color. Okay. So we're not supposed to be able, like, this is an array, but one of the cool thing with arrays with JavaScript, you can just put any like object key inside of an array and it's still going to work. So okay, so now, so find, so MDM. I think there's a find now. Yeah, find. Yep. Yep. So now we're going to do if we're going to find shape.color equals red, and red is 2, I think. Yep, red is 2. So red equal get bounding box. Yep. And the blue one. And so the blue, this is light blue, and so light blue is 8. Okay. Yep. So now we have like the two bounding boxes. And so now what we want is to, okay, so we need to build a matrix const width equals get width of inputs, const height equals get height of inputs. And so we want to do width and height because it can change. We don't want copy matrix. Okay. Import get width. Why is it? This is super weird. Like some of them it's working, some of them it's not. Height. Okay. Okay. So now we have like an empty matrix. And so now what we want to do is to start copying the shape. And so, okay, so now this is where we need to think for a minute. So this one, it needs to be, okay, so it can be in either direction. Yep, so this one is going up. So now we need to know like what is the direction. It doesn't do in diagonal, yeah. Does it? Yeah, it actually, yeah, it doesn't move. The red stays in its lane. Okay. So now what we want to do is so if, okay, this is super long, red box and blue box. Okay, so if red box, so if blue box dot x so how do we know? Okay, so in this case the x is there. Oh, this is more interesting than I thought. Oh, maybe we can do the overlap thing. So if it overlaps in y, yep, so what we can do is we can take all of this segment and this segment, and so this overlaps here, but it doesn't overlap here. So now we know it's horizontal. Okay. So Google overlap segments JavaScript. Okay, what? Come on, there's probably like a one-liner. Fine. No. 2 segments. Okay. Perfect. Okay. Yep. Checks overlap. Okay. So now what we can do is checks overlap. So in this case we actually don't have as starts, so bn is okay, actually we can do start and end. Okay, this is fine. So count is horizontal, check overlap. Okay, so we want A. So A is going to be start is going to be input and start, and no, input.x, and n equals going to be input, no wait, redbox redbox.x, redbox width, so redbox.x plus width. Okay, and so this, and we're going to copy, and this is going to be blue box. Okay, so if the two horizontal one overlap, so if the horizontal one is actually vertical, is vertical. So if the two overlap, then we know this is a vertical, and so now we need to know if the red one. Okay, so if okay, so now we need to do if is vertical. So if the red box.x is below blue box.x, and so okay, so now we need to copy this. No, this is not x, this is y. Okay, so now we need to copy submatrix. Okay, so the input is the input, so x1 is the red box.x, y1 is red box.y, width is red box.width, height is red box.height. Okay, so now the output. So the x is still red box.x. Now the y, this is going to be blue box.y minus red box.height. So we want to do this one minus 2. Yep, it's going to be good. Okay. So now, if we save, extract shape is not defined. Import extract shape from what? I swear it was working before. For each side and diagonal. Oh yeah, okay. So in extract shape, this is no longer dot slash. This is just like this. Okay. So now output is not defined. Output is results. Come on, what's going on? Can I set property and define now? So copy some matrix. Okay. No. Okay, let's see what submatrix we're trying to copy. Okay, so inputs is the inputs. So x equals 0. Okay, so x1 is 0, 2. Okay, so this is good. The output. Okay, x2 and y2 are undefined. x2 and y2. Okay. So x2 is 0, 9. So 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9. Okay. So this is the copy submatrix, the arguments are good. So now output results, the arguments are good. So now y is results empty. Oh no, results not empty. Oh, you know what? I didn't copy the blue box. Okay, but this one should be easy enough. So it's going to be blue box. So we just copy the blue box at the same position in the results. Okay. Blue box x, blue box width, blue box height. Okay, so now I need to console.log matrix to string results. And then, okay, I have matrix to string already. Okay, what? The value is 2, 2. Yeah, it's not good. So is my copy submatrix broken? Maybe I need a -1? This is weird. Okay. Let me try something. It's probably not the right thing to do, but nope. Okay. So, okay, so this is the right one. Okay, let's just ignore this one for now. Oops. Okay, so it's not able to copy this one. And so 310. Nope. Oh, what is the width? Maybe the width is wrong. Oh, the width is 1. This is the issue. Okay, so this is this one, which is wrong. Get bounding box +1. Okay, so now this is what, okay. So the bounding box calculation was wrong. And so now if I uncomment this, Now it should be working. And it passes, yes. Okay. So bye. Okay. So perfect. So now if I do everything else, now it's going to fail because I need to remove the console log. And so now I need to check to make all of the 4 cases, and then we should be good. Yep. Okay, so extract shapes, number 8. Okay, so now else. Okay. Okay, so we always start with x and y, the width and height, and so in this case, this is blue box plus blue box dot height. Okay. So 2 failed, 2 passes, and so now I need to do a big else. Oops. And so now, so this is okay. So now he's horizon. Okay, so horizontal, and so now I need to put it here. And so this is the width, and finally plus width, and now it should pass. And nope. Okay. Okay, so this is his vertical. Okay, let me just check. So this is test number 2 that's failing. Oops. Test number 2. Okay, so what is test number 2? Matrix to string results. Yep. Okay, I should probably make input, a more convenient way to print the input and the output, but okay, so this is horizontal and the x is below. Okay. How we go? Yep. So it should be blue box. Okay, blue box dot x minus red box dot width, and this one should be red box. And so now this is the same. Blue box, red box, red box. Okay. So book. We remove. Passes. Yes. Okay, so it took us an hour for this one. But the thing that I'm really excited about is now we have like the extract shape version. And so in practice, the good thing is I'm pretty sure like the next ones, yep, you can see we're already looking for shapes here. So yeah, I think it's going to be a lot faster to do all of the next ones because we implemented this function. So let's actually commit this one. So this is the number 8. Yep. And we are good. So we stop the timer and see you everybody. So not tomorrow, so on Monday.